While more recent studies have concentrated on how green governments work to reduce CO2 emissions, we look at the connection between economic growth and carbon emissions. Green securities, green investing, green credit, and green insurance are used to create a green finance development index in order to close this knowledge gap. The relationship between CO2 emissions, renewable energy, and green money has been examined in studies from 2005 to 2019. Due to increased use of renewable energy sources and advancements in the Green Finance Development Index, the BRICS countries' CO2 emissions have decreased. On the other hand, CO2 emissions reduced the growth in the use of renewable energy, slowed down investment in green projects, and did other things to impede the spread of green financing. Policy undoubtedly has an impact on how much money the BRICS countries spend on renewable energy. Initiatives for green governance, though, have frequently fallen short of producing results that endure. Increased use of renewable energy sources and the creation of a market for carbon offsets are suggested as ways to strengthen green finance policies. Natural resources are being used up faster than they can be replenished due to increased economic activity and population growth. As a result, there are more social and environmental obligations, and people are more aware of the wealth gap. If organizations and nations want to adopt environmentally and economically sensible technologies, the world's largest developing economies, the BRICS countries, have noticeable increases in CO2 emissions. 14,759 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide were released into the atmosphere in 2019, accounting for 43.19% of all CO2 emissions globally. Although some countries have made significant efforts to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, others have taken a more measured approach. According to data that has been made available, China should reduce CO2 emissions by 40 to 45%, or to 2005 levels, by 2020. By comprehending the elements that contribute to the BRICS countries' carbon emissions, which account for 2/3 of all global emissions, the pressure to reduce carbon emissions internationally is lessened. Additionally, this knowledge contributes to the steady growth of those countries' economies. Innovative green financing methods can encourage a more sustainable world. Due to inadequate funding for private, public, and non-profit green initiatives, green growth is in danger. Even though public loans and government subsidies may still be required, new funding sources have been developed that may eventually take their place. Additionally, it is urgent to create a more powerful market-based framework for financing green initiatives. The most recent financing strategy is referred to as green financing. Due to a lack of research in the area of green financing systems for generating renewable energy and energy efficiency, more research is necessary to provide answers. Prior to presenting the policy implications, it is crucial to evaluate the energy efficiency of green investments and renewable electricity generation. Therefore, our objective is to assist in identifying whether these concepts are connected in a novel way. The relationship between green finance and economic growth has never been the subject of such extensive investigation. As a result, it will be possible to assess whether green financing achieves its stated goal of balancing economic growth and environmental concerns. In a nutshell, green finance aims to finance environmentally friendly initiatives with a focus on ecological security. On June 4, 2003, in London, the top 10 banks in the world formally adopted the Equator Principles. The purpose of these optional guidelines is to address financial issues that have an impact on social and environmental conditions. While attempting to lessen environmental harm, these practices also have an effect on a wide range of other factors, such as wealth, energy, and other factors. Green technologies, also known as green technology, are being used more and more in various sectors of a country's economy. Sustainable business practices are aided by the creation and growth of new markets, innovative products, services, and processes, as well as systems that reduce pollution and environmental effects over the course of a product's life cycle. The BRICS countries are China, Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa. Jim O'Neill of Goldman Sachs coined the phrase BRICS in a report. The BRICS nations have made significant financial progress over the last 20 years. Statistics place the combined population of the BRICS countries at 3.178 billion, or about 41.42% of the world's population. The combined GDP of the BRICS countries represents about 22.45% of global GDP. Additionally, as countries work together in a variety of fields, the global economy has been progressively improving. In conclusion, Consumer Trading Organization Limited will keep showcasing fresh ideas.